What is up, my Lorcana Goons? Welcome back to the Lorcana Goons channel. My name is Kevin, and you're watching the Monday Weekly Market Watch. Today is Monday, August 12th. We had so much that happened this weekend, my goons. I hope you had an awesome weekend. D23 happened this weekend. We saw the release of Shimmering Skies, and there's just so much going on this weekend. So we have plenty to get into. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you like this content because it does support the channel. Mondays we do the shorter version, so I'm gonna be real quick with this market watch, but we're gonna go into a lot of detail of all this stuff on Friday. So be sure to stay tuned to Lorcana Goons for that. But D23 was this weekend, and if you went and you were able to get this exclusive promo Mickey Mouse Playful Sorcerer card, it's a foil with gold lettering, and they even gave us the 1-year anniversary pin, which is really cool. I had the chance to go, which honestly was really fun. Shout out Mainly Giant Fairy on Instagram for getting us tickets. Me, Zach, and my boy Aiden were able to go, which is really cool. But overall, like, the weekend was really intense. It was my first D23 ever. I ended up getting sick over the weekend, so why I sound kind of funny. But it was a really cool event. The Ravensburger section even had a Lorcana area to take photos at the Illuminary. Shout out Five Fires on Twitter for posting these pictures, so that was really cool. And yeah, so you were able to go shopping, pick up your Shimmering Skies, and pick up your D23 collection that was being sold at D23 and at select parks that day. So if you guys are keeping up with the madness on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, you saw that certain stores only got a small amount. There was lines all around the world at the Disney stores, at Disney Springs in Florida, at downtown Disney in Southern California. People were buying a bunch of them. You were supposed to be limited to buying these, but people were just looping the lines. You know, at D23 though, they did do a whole thing with wristbands where you were only able to buy 2 if you got the wristband that morning, which made it kind of hard because you had to show up like super early. I was able to go Friday. Saturday I couldn't go. I was too tired, and and didn't even bother showing up late because I had family stuff. Sunday I showed up a little bit late, and by the time I showed up, they weren't even doing wristbands anymore, and it was really confusing. They kept on, like, they let us go in to make some purchases, and then they would close the line out and say, come back in an hour, come back in 2 hours, and then we'd go back to, you know, whatever, and then they'd say, no, not yet, and there was no virtual queue for that. So it was a lot. D23 was a lot, but basically these were selling for $100, and the resale value on these is $200 is what it's looking like. Tons of pops has the lowest listing for $194. They have 8 of them for you, shipping included, and that's pretty much what you can find them for online, around $200, maybe a little bit less depending on where you're looking. There's definitely a lot of people who are listing them for more, people trying to sell them for $250, $300, obviously depending on where you're at. But in general, they're sold out now. They sold out from downtown Disney. They had a bunch of these at D23, but because of the whole wristband thing, I was honestly wondering, what are they going to do with all those? Like, seriously, because there was no way they were going to sell all of those anymore by the end of that day, because they had so many, and they were only letting certain people buy them on Saturday and Sunday if you got the wristband. And if you got a Mickey, the Mickeys are selling for around $200 as well. There's a bunch of light blades listed for around $190. And to be honest, they were handing out these Mickeys in stacks, no sleeves, no nothing. The Ravensburg people handing them out, obviously, like, they're not really thinking about, like, collectability. Sometimes they were kind of playing with them a little bit. I ended up getting 3 Mickeys total. I know people who got like 12 Mickeys throughout the weekend. I just wasn't down to farm like that. I don't have the patience. I don't have, you know, I'm just not down to do that. You know what I mean? But I got 3 Mickeys. 2 out of the 3 I would consider light played, you know, and one of them looks nice, you know, and I even seen some Mickeys that were handed out that just look straight damaged, which is unfortunate. But all in all, it's a nice card. You know, you were only able to get this card at D23. You were not able to get this anywhere else. So I'm curious to see what this price is going to be at soon. Right now, they're selling at $200. On the opening day, they were selling for like $500, $600, $700, and they've definitely come down a lot significantly. I've been seeing people on Facebook also sell these for around $100, even less than $100, because you basically got them for free just for waiting in line. Even at one point, you were getting them for waiting in line for the photo op. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think this price is going to be at in like a couple weeks or so. Same thing with the D23 collection. Do you guys think this is overhyped? Is $200 way too much? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Honestly, like I just finished saying, they printed so many of these were made, you know, but it's more so the fact that you can't get it anymore that makes it kind of interesting. So they sold out at all the other stores, including downtown Disney, and it doesn't look like, at least considering it's supposed to be the D23 celebration, like they're going to really be having these anymore. But who knows? I just finished saying at D23 in Anaheim, there was a bunch in that stack at the Ravensburg booth. So maybe there's a world where they use those to restock the downtown Disney store. But what's crazy is that the single cards from the set are selling for like more than 50 bucks each. We even have some sales data to verify this. On Oswald sold for 100, another one for 89, and then some other ones for closer to 60 bucks. And now lowest verified is 55 by tons of pops. So you can buy the single cards if you want the single cards. The Mickey BLTs for more than 50 as well. Plenty of sales happening for that $50 to $60 range, and the Ursula Deceiver, a bunch happening for that $50 range, kind of $45 lowest verified. Is actually not going to be to the bottom of 200, but there's plenty of non-verified sellers that have them for $47.99, like MSA Collectibles, or 55 by JK Mode. So maybe there is some value in cracking those open and putting them in your trade binder, right? I'm sure there's some people who just want specific cards from the set and maybe don't want the whole set, but like buying 4 Ursulas at that point, like I'd rather just buy like 4 collections or something. But you definitely spend more money if you buy like 6 of the individual cards than you would buying the collection at that point. So like I was saying, check on OfferUp, check on Facebook, make a fake Facebook post if you're looking for this collection. Maybe you might find a better price than what's online, to be honest, because there's a lot of them. A lot of people bought like a bunch, to get rid of. So there's definitely a lot to go around. But over time, I do think this is a cool collectible to have alongside with the Mickey. Like, I'm so glad I was able to acquire the Mickey. I was able to get 2 of these personally, and then I got 2 more at Downtown Disney for friends and family, which is cool. And, I was good with that. I'm just going to keep this a sealed product collection. I think it's a cool memento of my first D23 celebration. But let's get on into this Shimmering Skies news, because Shimmering Skies dropped this weekend, my goons, and the pricing is being updated. If you guys watched the Friday market watch, we did some like Thursday night, Friday morning live market reacting on some of the prices. So now I want to go over some of the stuff. But look at these enchanted prices; they're all pretty cheap. Most expensive one is Mufasa at 200 bucks, and Snow White at also near 200 bucks. And after that, Robin Hood and Naveen are 150 and like close to 200, and they start dipping to 130 with Clarabelle and Arthur, and then Archimedes is already at like 120, which is pretty low. Yeah, cheap enchances in this set. I pulled a Revive, only $50. I love Your Welcome. Surprised it's not 100 bucks. Very cheap enchanted in this set, which got me thinking. Are they making too many enchanted per set? But this is the bread and butter of the set, my goons. Prince Naveen's looking like it's the most expensive card in Shimmering Skies, selling at more than $40 this weekend. Plenty of sales happening for $41, $49.99 for the cold foils, $39.99 for the non-foils. As of today, it's looking like they're going to be selling for about $40 for your non-foil Naveens, and cold foil Naveens are going up. This one is going to be $48 with $5 shipping for a cold foil Naveen, so more than 50 bucks already for cold foil Prince Naveen's, which is a very good card. This card has been shooting up in price over the weekend. I want to say on Friday when we saw it, it was near the 20s, and over the weekend, non-foils were selling for more than $40. And even right now, lowest verified is close to $38.99 by Kevin Gaming. Shout out you, fellow Kevin. Love to see that. It's a great card, but since I'm not playing Amber, I'm much more inclined to sell them at this price than to want to pick them up at this price. I don't know if uninkable cards, in my opinion, in Lorcana don't really stay this price when they're legendaries, so just food for thought on that. Mufasa, Pride Rock Ruler, also another card that was selling for a lot this week and kind of has been coming down in price already. But actually on Friday, I think this was selling for like 25 bucks. So it has gone up since then. But basically, some of these were selling for like 40 bucks over the weekend, and now they've come down to at least like 35-ish dollars is what it's looking like. Lowest verified is Divine Realm, $33.97 for lowest verified. Then Starlight Games LLC, 33 bucks with $1 shipping. Cold foils are just a little bit more, $38 with $5 shipping, lowest verified by the Pokeshop PST's $43.52 actually. And the various TCGs has you for that, $38 with $5 shipping for your Mufasa, Ruler of Pride Rock. Card's very good, don't get me wrong. I just don't know if you're gonna need to play like 4 of these in your Sapphire strategy. Seems very specific. So personally, another card that I'm gonna wait on before trying to scoop up for a deck, or scoop up my playsets at least. Like, these are cards that I'm very excited to sell this weekend because I feel like they're more than likely going to go down from here. At least that's what I'm thinking. This is a cool one. Clarabelle selling today for $18, almost 20 bucks. My new pools has it for 18 shipping included. Then we have multiple people having for 18.40 with shipping included. At the bottom of the page, it gets close to 20 bucks. But Clarabelle, we saw these at $9. Is what it was, less than $9 actually on Friday. Like Friday through Saturday, they were selling for like $7 to $8. And on the Friday market watch, I even said I really like this card. I'm surprised this card is so cheap. It's an inkable card that draws cards. It reminds me a lot of Sad Beast. So even at 20 bucks, I still think it's a pretty nice price. But this is a card that I picked up my playsets of on Friday, Saturday. I tried to pick up multiple playsets because I was a believer. I am a Clarabelle Cow believer. Robin Hood Sharpshooter kind of surprising me personally. I saw these selling for around $8 to $7 over the weekend, and now they've been shooting up a little bit. Lowest verified is by Red Rhino for $11.74, which is honestly higher than I expected. It's not my favorite card, but it is uninkable, and I just feel like you have to build a deck around this card in particular. I'm curious to see what it's going to do in the metagame, so, $12, not too bad. Totally forgot to acknowledge the Clarabelle foil. There's only 8 left right now, and they're already at $30, which is nice. I actually bought 2 of them for $25 each over the weekend because same thing. I thought that was super cheap. I thought, I'm down to pay $25 for 2, $50 for 2 Clarabelles when the non-foils were already selling for $18 to $20. I only paid $5 more for those cold foils, and now these cold foils are $30 basically, which is pretty cool to see. Love to see that one. Let's check out cold foils on the Robin Hood Sharpshooter. These are going to be only $15. Pretty cheap, $16.50 going by lowest verified. Pokehaven cards only about $5 more than the non-foil. Merlin Intellectual Visionary selling for as low as $10 today, $10.14 by Red Rhino, and they stick around that until the very bottom of the page. Doesn't look like Merlin's going to see too much play right out the gate, just kind of like we were talking about on Friday. Confield Comics has the cold foils for only $15 with $1.27 shipping, so that doesn't sound too bad if you want to play some Merlins. There's a card that's going to be kind of hard to, I think, crack. I think it's going to take a specific type of player to make this card look good, and then we're going to see prices change maybe. But until then, I'm not in a rush to get this card. Been seeing Ana go up a little bit actually, because this card started out closer to around, I want to say $5 to $6, and now they're selling for closer to $9. Lowest verified is Starlight Games LLC for $8 and $8 shipping. After that, we have $8.64. That's a light plate though. $8.50, and then $9.85 by Acquire Card House. So they're getting close to $10. I'm curious to know why is this seeing some more play. Cold foils are selling for a little bit less than $20. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, TCG has it for $16.90. Then Red Rhino has it for $16.93. So a little bit less than $20 for your Ana. I'm thinking it's not a bad card, but I'm kind of just waiting to see, what the use case for it is. There's a card that I for sure have to test out before I commit to, buying a playset. But there is a world where this card is really good because it's one of the few cards in Emerald that is able to do multiple things. It has multiple abilities, so it has a lot of use cases. So $16.90 for a cold foil might not be too bad. There's so much Daisy Duck hype this format already. Check this out. This super is selling for $16.40 fast break trading. After that, $17 by Smashers Cards. Almost $20. This is almost a $20 super, my goons. By the way, the set releases at big box retailers on August 28th, I believe. So your 20th or something like that. But you're going to be able to get these at Target, Walmart. So the prices are going to come down. They always come down whenever the big box retail day happens because there's going to be much more in circulation. So unless you have tournaments to play immediately, maybe you can wait a little bit before buying your daisies at more than $15, almost $20. And check out these cold foils. There's only 5 cold foil listings available. Lowest verified is by Red Rhino for $29.98, and plenty of cold foils are selling for around $25 to $21. Dang, I'm gonna list my cold foils, really. We kind of saw this happen with Flynn Rider last format. Flynn Rider was super hyped, and the cold foils were even selling for $20 to $25, and the non-foils were selling for around $10 to $12 at one point, and Daisy's even more hyped, which, don't get me wrong, I think Daisy's a great card. I just think that, we can build decks around this card, and I don't think it's going to be, the meta-breaking Tier 0 deck either. Now I just want to go over some cool cards that I'm personally looking out for, cards that I'm trading for, even in cold foil. Elsa the Fifth Spirit, very nice card. Lowest verified is $1.95 with $1.27 shipping, so only about $3 for this super rare. Cold foils are still pretty cheap too, only about $5 for the super rare cold foil, $4.22 with $2.69 shipping, so closer to $6. But this is a great cold foil to pick up. Same thing with Madam Mim Elephant. Maybe not my favorite card. I probably wouldn't play 4 of in most decks, but it is an extra bounce target and it does see some use case. Lowest verified is going to be $4.20 with $1.27 shipping. So that's about $5 for this super rare. I think that's pretty good right now, right out the gate in the early game. And the cold foils are only about $3 more. And look at that. Suli's Abode has you for $8.54 for your cold foil elephants, which is pretty good. Chicha is one of my personal favorite cards from this set. I like it a lot. It lets you draw anytime you ink for the second time, so it makes your fish bones, your one jumps a lot better, your Mickey Mouse, your Donald's a lot better. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, stop playing Tippo. Tippo is a very bad card. You don't need to play Tippo, but you can play Chicha all day. This rare is selling for $1.88 with $1.27 shipping, which is nice to see. So about $3 as well for the Chicha Dedicated Mother. And this is also a league promo, so you can get the cold foils for about $5, and you can also win them at locals, so be aware of that. We got Pete, Games Referee. This is one of the most hyped uncommons from the set, to the point where there's only 6 cold foil listings available. Check this out. We only have the lowest verified at $8 already, with $1.22 shipping. And then after that, Acquired Card House has them for $9.95. They got 5 of them for you though, so you can get a whole playset. But this is basically a $10 cold foil. I like this card, but I don't know. I don't think this is like the end all be all of the format or Lorcana. So I'm definitely gonna wait before I get my playset of cold foils on these. Like the card says, you can't play actions next turn. There's no way that's a bad card, but I don't think it's like the best card in the game either. You know, so 'cause a lot of people swear by this card, you know. But I need more testing. I need to test this format. I really wish I wasn't sick, so I could go to locals today. This is another great card that has been overperforming, in my opinion. The Library, A Gift for Bell. It's a 3-cost location with 8 willpower, which makes it really hard to get off the board. Rain Gaming has you for the cold foils for only about $5. $3.87 with $1.40 shipping, which is not bad in my opinion for a cold foil uncommon that is probably going to see a lot of play this format. Alright, some more meta cards. Beast Tragic Hero, aka Sad Beast, still selling for more than $40. The Walking Orb has you for $42.50 with $1 shipping. After that, they start to hit $45 again. So it's looking like they're going back up little by little, which is nice to see. Cold foils are still going to be about $70+. Big Mom Empire, $73.99, shipping included for your cold foil Sad Beasts. Rapunzel staying pretty expensive today. Lowest verified is going to be more than $40. Foos Cards has you for $44.99. Love that name. Shout out all the Foos out there. So about $45 for your non-foil Rapunzels. Amber is very good this format. You just saw that Daisy Duck. You see how impactful Amber is going to be this format, so it makes sense. Kita, Protector of Atlantis, selling for a little bit more than $10. Lowest non-verified to One Mind Gaming, $10 shipping included. Lowest verified Tri-County Games, $9.56 with $1.27 shipping included. So a little bit more than $10 today for this card. It's a pretty good card, and I think you can combine it with Emerald Amber Aggro right now, which is pretty good, or just Emerald Amber in general. We got Robin Hood, Champion of Sherwood, still selling for more than $40. Underhill Games has you for $40 and $1.50 shipping. Pretty expensive still for the Robin Hoods. I'm surprised that these stick around. Oh, check this out. Cold foils are pretty much the same price if you want to go through some non-verified sellers. $42.99 with $1 shipping. That's not even more than $5 for the cold foil. That's pretty nice, actually. If you do go through verified sellers, though, you're going to have to pay a little bit more, $46 with $2 shipping. So close to $10 more if you're going through verified seller. But plenty of non-verified sellers have them for just a little bit more. So I'd rather just get the cold foils there. Diablos are still sticking around this like $30 mark for the non-foils. I'm curious to see where these go. The Daily Grind TCG has you for $31.20 for the lowest verified, so shout out you guys. And your cold foil Diablos, there's 60 left. There's still $41.99. Nat 20 Games GG for your cold foil Diablos. Ursula, Deceiver of All, continues to go down in price. Now we have it for $19, less than $20. Rad Packs has you right there for your Ursula, Deceiver of Alls. Maleficent Monsters Dragon also coming down in price. Check this out. Lowest verified, $23. These are all light plate actually, but lowest non-verified, $22 with $1 shipping by MTG and Lorcana right there. Lowest verified for a near mint is $23.44, so around $25. But it just keeps coming down. I can see this hitting $20 pretty soon because the format's so fast. I don't think you can play this dragon in a hyper aggro format. And check this blast from the past out from first chapter. Lilo going up to $7 now, going by non-verified listings. But if you go through a verified seller, $8 for your Lilos. Love to see that. Lilo just shooting up in price, which is pretty cool to see. I'm telling you, man, the hyper aggro stuff is super hyped right now. And check this out. Lowest non-verified for cold foils is also $8, and then lowest verified is $9. My goons. Just buy your cold foils. I mean, why would you buy a $6 to $7 non-foil Lilo when you can buy an $8 to $9 cold foil Lilo? That's just broken. Love to see that. And last but not least, this is a card that I think is going to be very popular this format, so I'm getting my playsets as fast as I can. I love Under the Sea, this format, so just food for thought. And before we call it a day, my goons, I really have to go over this BLT Golden Mickey Beckett 10 grade 10 that sold an auction on eBay this weekend for $14,000. It had 43 bids. And this is a graded 10. This is the prize card you get for the DLCs in top 8. It only sold for $14,000, which I think a lot of people were expecting it to sell for a lot more. We have been seeing this card kind of come down in price from 29-ish thousand for the PSA, for another PS Beckett 10 to like 16,000, which was Ansayed's PSA 10. And now we're seeing another Beckett sell for 14,000. I think one of the issues, I mean, like closer to 15, right? One of the issues is, how many people really have that much capital to spend on the card at that, like immediately. But we'll see where it goes. Not the end all be. I don't think the market's crashing or nothing. It's just, cards got to go up, cards got to go down. It is what it is. There's plenty of Mickeys, though. But as you can see here, there's some other stuff. These Mickeys selling for even less than 200 bucks now. The Sorcerer Mickeys. We also have a Let It Go promo that sold in auction for $1,100, which is really high compared to like some of the other Let It Goes. And same thing with the Cinderella map. This one sold in auction for $1,125, which is also really high considering that somebody got a map for $455. So the prices go up and down, my goons. So it's not the end all be all with this Mickey. Very excited to see what's gonna happen with Shimmering Skies this set. I'm excited to try the new format out. Let me know what you guys think of the D23 experience and the collection and the promo cards and what you guys are playing for Shimmering Skies. I gotta get better. I'm gonna rest. I'm still feeling a little sick, so thank you goons for watching. Bear with my terrible voice today. I'm gonna work on more videos for Shimmering Skies meta play coming out this week, so stay tuned to that. Until then, we'll see you goons next time.